What's up, juice lovers? Today we're in North Carolina in front of the headquarters of Clean Juice, the fastest growing juice bar franchise in the US. Every store is 100% certified organic, and they make all their cold pressed juice in each store. With that, let's go inside and meet the owners, Kat and Landon Eccles.
Thanks, Kelly.
Hey, it's the Eccles.
Hey, Charlie, how you doing?
Kat, great to see you.
Good to see you.
Landon.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome to Clean Juice.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming.
Great.
We got this orange cold press for you.
Okay. What's special about this juice?
We love this one because it's a flu fighter, it's a cold fighter, it's packed full of vitamin C. It's sweet, so everyone likes it. My kids love it, and they get ingredients like turmeric that they would never otherwise have.
All right. Yeah, it's definitely really clean, like your name says.
Yep.
And surprisingly sweet. I can see why the kids would like this too.
Yeah, it's definitely a favorite all around.
Yeah, it's great. Well, I'd love to learn more about your business.
We appreciate you coming in. Let's head right upstairs. Our office is up there, and we can chat more about Clean Juice.
All right, let's do it.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right, so you guys are married, right?
We are married. We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary, actually.
All right, do you have any kids?
Yes, we have 5 kids.
You have 5 kids?
Yes, sir.
All right, so what, one day you guys wake up and Kat goes, having 5 kids is fun, but we need a challenge, right? So let's open an organic juice franchise all across America.
That's
Is that how it started?
pretty close to how it actually happened. We were living up in Pennsylvania. I was in commercial real estate at the time, and I was traveling a ton. We really weren't seeing each other that much, and it was a hard lifestyle, you know, to try to work in while also trying to have a family. So we decided to come together. I quit that job, obviously. We moved to Charlotte and opened a juice bar, and here we are.
Cool, so when was the first juice bar?
It was June 5th, 2015, we opened the doors to our first one.
Wow, so almost exactly 2 years ago now? Great. Where's your business at now?
So in just 2 years, we have 8 locations open, and we have over 60 more in development.
Whoa.
Yes.
So 60 franchises? Or does that include like some corporate stores? Or?
There's a few corporate stores in there, but most of the growth has been through franchising. We
Okay.
started franchising about a year ago, and it's obviously been really well received. People just love the fact that we are certified organic, and we're the first juice bar to be certified organic, and that we also cold press at each location for those guests specifically.
Okay. So you're dedicated to being organic, dedicated to making juice in every store, right? So what kind of challenges does that bring up, like as you franchise?
It's definitely a lot of work, but it was something that for me was a non-negotiable. It's funny, when we were talking about opening it, we looked at a couple different concepts, and we looked at not doing organic, and I just said, okay, that's fine, but I just won't drink anything there. That's how important it was to me. And I feel like the organic market is just growing. So we contacted CCOF, which is a certification group, and they're super helpful. They worked really well with us, just kind of getting our logs in order and making sure we knew the process. And then we called them and said, hey, we want a franchise. And they said, we've never done that before. But they were super willing and able to help. And now we have a really streamlined process for our franchisees. It took us about a year to do it, and now we have the process down to about a month. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So 1 month start to finish, you can get certified.
Yep.
Yeah, and in fact, when our franchisees initially open up, they open up with the certification, and we're able to do that through kind of the parent of Clean Juice. So because we're certified and because they follow all the same steps and guidelines, they open up being USDA certified.
Okay. So you pretty much planned on franchising from day one?
So we didn't technically plan on franchising from day one. We definitely wanted to grow our business, so we certainly wanted to add more corporate stores. A few months into the process, we just had so many requests and so many inquiries to franchise that we came together and thought that we wanted to bring this opportunity to other people.
Right.
I think even speaking to cold pressing, in our first store, you know, we made the kitchen super small, and we would have to roll the big cold press machine out and hose it down. And now in all of our new stores, we have a dedicated, you know, shower we made for the cold press where we can hose it right in store. People can cold press round the clock, so someone's not coming in for third shift to press through the night. So just little stuff like that that has made cold pressing be able to be an easier part of our business. Because at first it was definitely, I would say it was, you know, a stress point for us.
Yeah, we really had to figure it out, and once we got the right system in place, it became a lot easier, but we had to learn that system.
Yeah. I guess it kind of speaks to knowing from day one, like, we're doing cold press.
Right.
Yes.
Because maybe if it got hard, you'd be like, this is too hard, let's not do cold press, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
For us, there were really two non-negotiables, and that was being certified organic and using organic produce and materials to make our smoothies. And number two was cold pressing. We really feel like to deliver, the healthiest, best product that we could, you needed those two things.
So you have a training system in place for your franchisees. Can you talk about that a little bit?
They come here to our headquarters for 3 weeks. They go through a 1-week classroom program, and then they're actually in our stores for 2 weeks. They're learning how to make all of our smoothies, all of our acai bowls. Of course, learning how to cold press and run the cold press machine. But then from there, we also have a really dense operations manual. It's 1,000 pages, and it teaches them, if we never talk to them again, which obviously won't be the case, we could give them our operations manual, and it tells them every single thing about our business.
So 60 franchises sold now. Next year, how many do you plan on selling?
Our goal is 100 a year.
100 a year?
Yeah.
For how many years? Forever?
We said 500 in 5 years, so I'm sure if you talk to
Wow.
our chief development officer, he would say more than that now. But that was the goal a few months ago.
And I think it's good to have a numbers goal, but really, we want to do things the right way. And if we can build out the support to open 100 a year, then that's going to be the goal. But I think right now we're averaging about 6 or 7 units a month sold. We'll eventually start opening that many a month as well, and we're ramping up for that. But I think our core team is intact, and from here on out, we're just adding support roles like training and store launch. So I really think that we're going to build the infrastructure to hit those goals.
So I noticed in your company, your core values are verses from the Bible. How would you say that your spirituality plays a role in your business?
It's the biggest thing for us. On every bottle and every cup, you'll see this verse here, which is our mission statement.
Okay.
And it says, "Dear friend, I hope all is well with you and that you are healthy in body as you are strong in spirit." And that's just, it's our life verse, right? Everyone that we meet, we want to be their friend. We want to love them like Jesus loves them. We want to care about them. And then we know that being healthy in your body is super important, but being in your spirit is super important as well. And we really take kind of mind, body, soul wellness as a whole really important here.
We're starting to see the juice market change. Cold pressed juice was this super trendy thing that was kind of hard to find for a while. Now it's starting to spread. Where do you see the juice market going in the next 5 years?
So I think on a macro level, I just see it growing. There's obviously companies like us who are growing, at a very fast clip. Like Kat said, we plan to have 500 locations in 60 months. So my goal and where I see the future of juicing going is that there's juice on every corner, right? Similar to coffee. I don't believe it'll ever get to that scale, but I think it can get really close. So I believe that we're really just at the tip of the iceberg. And we've been so well received in the communities that we serve, and we have such a high repeat business for our cold pressed juices and our smoothies that I don't see it slowing down.
What's interesting is when we first started, everyone said, you got to go to New York, you got to go to LA. And I said, why would we go to New York or LA? They already have that, and the rest of the country wants it. So that's been really important to us. We put our first store in suburban North Carolina. It's not exactly known as Healthy Central, but we were so well received. So that just tells me there's so many communities across the country that want access to healthy products. They want access to organic products. And so we're willing to give it to them, and that's why we think our growth plans can be achieved.
Yeah, that's so true. Every time I talk to someone that's just opened the first juice business, like the Midwest or somewhere that doesn't have it, they can't keep the juice on the shelves. It's like people line out the door.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to someone that wants to open a juice bar? Besides buy a Clean Juice franchise.
First, I'd tell them to visit cleanjuicefranchising.com, but then I would tell them to just take your time, do it right. You're gonna make mistakes along the way. That's okay. Learn from those mistakes and just really be prepared to put in a lot of work. People say, oh, you just run a juice bar, but there's a lot that goes into it. We spent 10 months, the two of us, just working together without either one of us working on anything else besides opening our Clean Juice. So it took 2 people almost a year to open our first location. So it's definitely not easy. It's not for the faint of heart, but if you are passionate in what you believe in and you're ready to put in that hard work, then just go for it.
And I would challenge them, you know, to do the right thing, to use products of high integrity, to cold press your juice versus HPP, just to really do your research about what really makes juice healthy, and then to do those things for your customers.
Absolutely.
Well, Kat, Landon, thank you so much for having me in. It's been awesome learning about your business and watching you guys grow over the last 2 years.
Charlie, thank you so much for coming down. It's been a pleasure getting to know your crew and really working with you since we started, and we're just excited about the future. So thank you.
Awesome. Cheers.
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 To Clean Juice.
Yes.